Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Why don't you guys sit back and enjoy this video? Let's go for a ride. Alright, like, comment, subscribe.
Ring the bell.
Okay, David H., Melissa H., husband and wife trucking across America. That's our Facebook page. Go ahead and go over there and hit that up. And then I also got at David H6571 Instagram. We're sitting here at the Petro in Amarillo. Melissa got herself a meal, and these guys can't even put the potatoes in the package with us, but they want 15 bucks an hour. Okay. Anyways, that's not the point of this video. Point of this video is I woke up when she stopped the truck here, getting fuel in her dinner. And I read a comment on one of my videos, and the gist of it was, that's point of this video is ProAct is going to make it to where lease operators get paid fairly. Something like that, but let's even throw that out. What I'm focusing on is lease operators are going to get paid fairly. Not 100% sure what they meant by that. That's not the point. I'm not attacking this person. This person posts all the time. Good person, whatever. The point is I'm sticking on paid fairly. I feel I'm getting paid for. Melissa, you feel like you're being paid fairly? Okay, we're getting 72% of the, line haul. Which some might say, oh yeah, well, I make 90% of the line haul. Yeah, but you own your truck. You're an owner-operator. You don't have, you actually carry your own everything. We run under the DOT of Prime. Yeah, we're lease operators over here, but it's not the typical lease operator like you guys that are going, yeah, but I get 80% as a lease operator. Yeah, you went out, you got your truck from one of these quality lease places, and the engine blows up every 15 minutes. We're leasing with no credit checks, no money down, no nothing, boom, boom, boom. We're leasing a brand new truck at a Prime. And when I say where, I mean people that lease from Prime. So, they make it that simple, okay? The other thing is, Prime basically coddles their lease drivers, okay? They're not your typical, okay, you're out there on your own type of deal. You have problems, you're basically on your own. No, Prime backs you. They basically walk you through life as a lease operator. Makes it very simple. So, of course, you're not going to make the 80, 90, 100. You guys probably want 99.9%. Because there's a lot of greed out there. Now you're probably going to say, yeah, but David, look at all these guys that can't make it. They can't afford to live off of that. So there's something wrong. Truck payment's really high. No, it's not really for what it is. They just don't want you running a 5, 10, 800-year lease like a lot of these guys are doing. Now, again, brand new trucks, brand new well-stocked trucks as far as you got an APU, you got power door locks, power windows, inverter, satellite radio, weather band, that good stuff. I know someone who's going to go into a lease right now, bare bones truck, they're going to sweat their nuts off and probably die in that truck because they're going to find that it's going to be really tough to make it without an inverter and air conditioning while the truck's shut off.
When you've already been spoiled.
Exactly, when you've been spoiled. Again, it's not a dig at anybody. I'm not picking on anybody. I'm just running the fact that people still think that, oh, it's not fair, these mega carrier leases. I can only talk about Prime's lease, by the way, because I've never leased with anybody else. But I'm sure these lease programs are similar. Although a lot of lease programs pay cents per mile, I wouldn't do one of those unless it was really a high cents per mile and they had the freight to back it. I like the percentage. I like the fact that I'm not forced dispatch. I like the fact that I get treated fairly. Everything, runs smooth. We got our app that tells us what's going on. Boom, Qualcomm, navigation, one touch this, poke that, everything's good. Now let's get back to why oh, it's not fair money. Guys can't make it. Well, guys can't make it because they're not paying they're not saving money for taxes. They got to run home every other week to, you know, jump on mom. And when I say mom, I mean the wife. They just can't stay out and run. That's one of the big problems. You got guys that just want to go home. I mean, I see guys, they'll start their lease in the first week they're going home. I'm going home for a week. I get a free week lease payment. No, it's a deferred payment. You're paying it. They just defer it so you can build capital right out of the hole. And guys want to go home and you know,
and not build capital
and get in the hole right out of the bat. Okay, that's not everybody does that, but a lot of guys, I see one of the big problems is taxes. Oh, well, I can't afford to save for taxes. Well, why not? I can. I have no problem affording to pay for taxes. Now you're gonna say, oh, David, you're running a team truck. I ran a solo truck for a year. Okay, and when you do the equivalent of what I'm making now as a team truck versus a solo truck, it's the same thing. I was never in trouble as a solo operator. I never had a problem getting behind or anything. And some of you've been following my channel for a long time. Oh, but David, you guys sold everything and your wife was a passenger, so you didn't have all these payments. Yeah, but I was putting all that money away in a savings account, so it was like I was still spending it. I just wasn't spending it. I was putting it in a savings account, and I built a pretty substantial savings account doing that. Again, that's not the point. The point is you can run a successful lease and make good money. It's just the way you run it. Got to be on time. You got to manage your fuel properly. You know, I get guys another thing. Oh, macro 27 is BS. So I'm gonna follow my own route. Okay, that's fine to an extent. Okay, because I'll make my own route sometimes just because this particular route wanted to take me up through a bunch of nonsense U.S. highways up through Kansas and whatnot, up onto the 70 and over. We're on our way to Ohio from California. Well, what I did, because I didn't want to do all that U.S. highway nonsense, is I didn't, you know, obviously if I hit macro 27, it wants me to go that way. So what I did is I looked up at our field. We have again, Prime gives you a one-touch app, and it brings up all our fuel stops, how much they are. Okay, you can even look up what the taxes are on them. So I found an equivalent. I actually found an identical cents price in fuel over here in Amarillo Petro. Amarillo Petro is always our fuel stop when we're going this way. So what I decided to do is I wanted to go the 40 to the 44 up to the 70. Yeah, the 44 through or right there through Oklahoma. You got a toll there. It's not a very expensive toll. Okay, here, you want to take this back? It's not a very, hold on, guys. Okay, it's not a very expensive toll, but nevertheless, it's a toll. So the macro 27 is actually saving you that money by going around that. Now, as far as, it was the same miles within a couple of miles, but going the way I'm going is about an hour and a half faster. Now, we don't need that hour and a half faster. We're going to make this load on plenty of time. Not a big deal, but hey, save your clock. Why not? So that's where I'll change up to Mac 27, but I'm still working off a network. So you're still saving that money. You're still going to get your fuel surcharge, which I learned what this fuel surcharge is and how it works out. It's pretty nifty. But that's not this video. This video is, why do I keep getting people saying that the lease is a ripoff? I don't understand. I'd really like to know what someone expects out of a lease like this if you compare apples to apples. Again, this is a coddle lease. That's what I call it. It's, oh yeah, you got your own business, but no, man, this is like glorified company driver. Oops, my camera's crooked. Glorified company driver, which Yeah, you have the risks with the lease here, because you do have if your truck breaks down, you're in trouble there, and depending on what it is, it may or may not be under warranty, although 99% of the stuff's going to be under warranty. But that's why you have your e-fund. Boom, e-fund, there you go. E-fund is you put so much, you decide, away a week for emergencies. Now, one of the things, you don't go home until you have enough money in your e-fund to let you go home and pay all your bills. Myself personally, I got my e-fund up to, actually I got it up to, I don't like giving numbers. I got my e-fund up to, I took 2 weeks off to move, and I used to supplement. I had a paycheck each week. Paid all my fixed costs, paid my bills, and had a paycheck. So now I like to run my e-fund about the 5. Why do you say that much? Well, because I'm going to go home here, and when I go home in I think it's about 4 weeks, I'll have built my e-fund up to where when I use it to go home, I'll be still at the fair. I put 5% of gross away each week. So you got to have your e-fund. Don't go home and go in the hole. A lot of guys do that. Oh, I'm just going to go in the hole. No big deal. I'll dig myself out. Yeah, a week or 2 weeks. So now you go home, you don't have a paycheck. You got to dig yourself out for a week. So there's 2 weeks you didn't make money. And if you really went in the hole bad, you might even start into your 3rd week to dig yourself out, because you got to remember, you're still paying your current truck payment and everything. So going into the hole to go home is period. Excuse my harshness. You gotta think smart when you go home. Don't do it unless you got the money to do it. Okay, here we go. Oh, but you got it. What do you mean I can't go home ever? No, you can go home, man. This is an OTR company, okay? You guys got to remember that. A lot of people don't understand what OTR is. It's over the road truck driving. You're going to be gone for a little bit, okay? You can't go out for a week and come back for a week and be successful at a lease like this. I didn't think you'd do that. I mean, you wouldn't be successful at anything. Now, I make $850,000 running local. I'm home every day. I'm home on the weekends. Yeah, you're home every day just to sleep, which is fine. A lot of people want to sleep in their own bed. I don't fault them for that. And then they're home on the weekends. And then I call BS. Show me how much you're making. I want to see 8 weeks of statements. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen, man. Yeah, that's because you ain't making that kind of money.
Don't read out loud.
Boneless chicken.
Boneless children.
Oh, children.
Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, you can be successful at this, make decent money, good money, I should say, or you can be a failure at this just the way you run your truck. Now, I'm not calling anybody, if you're not having a good go at it right now, I'm not calling you a failure. It's just you're doing something wrong and you probably don't see it. You really need to stop and relook at what you're doing. Talk to somebody who's, got that's successfully leasing a truck. Talk to them, see what they're doing versus what you're doing.
Can I drive?
Yeah, I'm going to shut this down. But you got to listen to them and not come up with all the excuses of no, it's this, no, it's that, because it's not. Again, picking your loads, sometimes they want to give you a crap load and it don't make sense to do it. Don't do it, Talk to your fleet manager. Get my revenue where it needs to be. You got to remember, number one, Prime wants you to be successful in that lease because, hey, you're paying that truck off. And if you're just doing a lease, you're paying the truck off. They're going to sell it, make a mint on it, which that's a whole other video. People are crying about that, which successful. Rob Lowe's is a successful businessman. He didn't get there because he's dumb. He got there because he's brilliant when it comes to this stuff. If you think about the way he runs Prime and Success Lease and all that stuff, brilliant. I love it. Okay? That's because I believe in... Oh, hold on. Let me put my seatbelt on. That's because I believe in people making money. If they're smart and they can do it, they can make money. Oh, but he makes his money. He makes his money and causes lease drivers... I got my new hat on, man. You guys like that? Check. he makes money and causes the lease drivers not to make money. He should. I hear this one a lot. He should make less money and give us more money. Hey, Rob, you want to part with some of that money, your hard-earned money, for being brilliant? And give, just throw it out at people? I don't think Melissa knows how to get out of here.
No, I know where it is. I'm avoiding potholes.
Oh. That's not the way business works, okay? You guys might say, yeah, well, that's why they're not fair. No. Everything's fair. You make good money. You're not going to go to other companies, mega carriers or not, and make better money, really. I mean, you might find one or two that's got a few dollars more, but you're going to pay for it. I know of a company where truck payment's a lot less, but you're getting a shitty truck. Period. Old truck, no APU, no inverter, probably just barely runs, probably doesn't have power windows or door locks or mirrors. I mean, this stuff is all stuff to think about, guys. Oh, but again, I lease a truck. My payment's $700 a month. Yeah, you lease an old truck, okay? 450,000 miles on it. Oh, we're gonna die. 450,000. She's avoiding potholes, except that one.
Yeah, I missed that one.
450,000 miles on it. 500,000 miles on it. Then you're like, and you put $25,000, $30,000 into it in a year, go bankrupt, essentially, because that thing ends up puking its engine out, and he ain't got the money to fix it. But his payment was cheap. He worked for Prime. Then he knows what it's about. Now think about it. If payments were pretty much the same thing, it's pretty much like running for Prime, man. So whatever, man. You guys just gotta figure out a way to be successful. I mean, a lot of people are successful at this, making great money. Find a guy, get under his wing if you're not being successful, and figure out what they're doing. That's all I gotta say, man. Not really a rant, but a rant. I probably ranted about this a few times, because anytime somebody pops in there and does the old, oh, it's not fair. It's not fair. It's we deserve. Yeah, if we weren't making money, if it was technically a crap thing, that's not.
Keep left on